What's poppin', y'all? We back with another episode of the Squid Games Aftermath podcast. I am your host, DeAndre, and today we have the utmost pleasure. I have the utmost pleasure of having a very, very special guest in the building. He likes pink as his backdrop. He has his hair chilling all different styles, blonde at the moment. Mr. Christian, number 83, was popping.
Yo, DeAndre, thanks for having me on, man. Yeah, I chose pink because you're blue, so we gotta go, pink and blue.
Okay. We got a little birth party celebration thing. What do they call those things? Where they find out what color, what the
Oh
gender,
yeah,
the baby,
yeah.
the gender reveal going on right now.
Gender reveal, that's it.
So okay, I like it. I like it. The vibes. I'm with it. Okay, Christian. So where are you coming to us from?
I'm from London, England, or South London to be exact, for all you London people.
Okay. We out here representing. Nice. All right, well, Christian, we gonna get right into it, man. Tell me, why did you decide to apply for Squid Game, the challenge?
Well, I didn't even know about it. Someone just sent me the ad and said, you should do this. You like going on these things. I'm like, no, I don't. I've been on like one thing, and you say I like doing these things, but I read it and I thought, big prize money. I thought, maybe should I do it? Yeah, why not? Then I read on and it said you have to send a 60-second video. I thought, oh no, that's like my worst fear. I am not doing that because I'm quite like a bit shy in front of the camera. I thought, no, I can't do that. That's like a big brother thing. I thought, nah. Then I slept on it. I thought, oh, you know what? I'm getting older now. It's either now or never. So yeah, I thought I did it. I sent in my video. I could not do a 60-second one take. So mine had like jump cuts every 5 seconds. I had to 5 seconds, stop, another 5 seconds, stop, and it just piece it together. And I find out that I got a call like the next day after sending in the application. And it was Femi who called me, one of the producers, and he said, normally they don't like jump cuts at all. It has to be a fresh one take video. But there was something about me that found interesting, so he gave me a call.
Okay.
On the show.
Okay, nice. He had a little something in there. We don't know what it was, but hey, it worked out for the best. Well, cool.
It did.
Well, this man, he got it. So you get cast on the show, you find out, you go through the months preparing and whatnot. And it is the night before you head out to the hotel. You don't really have a far distance to go. So what's going on in your head as you're packing your bags?
Oh, right now I'm nervous because it's like, this is real now. It's about to happen. I was just worried about getting COVID because that could just send you home. So I was like, I isolated from everybody about 3 days before. I said, no one, not even my mom and dad, don't visit me. I don't want to catch anything just in case. But yeah, nerves. And I've been hearing about all these like black Mercedes, black limos picking people up. I had to just walk to the train station, get on the train to the hotel like a peasant, I don't get this luxury treatment.
Man. They didn't hook you up, man? Dang, that's cold.
Buy my own train ticket and everything, man. Come on.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, everybody was getting Cadillacs and Mercedes and everything, and this man had to take the tube like he was going to work.
I don't know if it's all the London folks, but hopefully it was, and not just me, but it was fun. I was on the way, like I was picturing like main character vibes, going to the show, focus, looking out the window, visualizing victory,
He saw the end of the last episode and saw all these people waiting outside. Like, that wasn't me.
All those scenes are like B looking over the edge and all that. That was me on the way there. I was like planning all my scenes like that.
Oh dang, this man. Yeah, you the only one. Well, nah. Yeah, I think some London people did get cars, so that's interesting. I don't know, man. Maybe they say you got to earn this one, for certain reasons that we ain't gonna get into. Well, we gonna move. Okay, this man had to get on the tube and get to the hotel, and so he chilling for a couple days, and soon it is time to leave for the first game. So when you get on the bus headed to the first game, tell me what's going on through your head.
Well, before then, when I got to the hotel first and to see all these people, I'm like, oh my god, this is real now. And you know, we're not allowed to speak to anybody. But this is where I met Leanne. She's the first person I spoke to, and we were just speaking, and we kept getting told off by the producers and the team, like, shh, don't talk. But she was like, she kept asking questions, and we were speaking. Don't talk. Okay, hopefully we'll see you inside. And then obviously go through the quarantine in the hotel. And on the day, the morning, I was like, the nerves are in now. You know, we're all in our tracksuits, getting a little breakfast bag, get on the bus. And I actually thought we were going straight to the dorms. I didn't know what was going on. So I thought, we're getting on the bus, going into the dorms. And then I was sitting next to Jeremy, the pilot, 440, I believe. He's the first person on the bus that I spoke to. We get there and we pull up and we see these two giant hangars. I thought, oh, this is massive. This is where the dorms are. Walk in and like, damn, it's big, empty with all these tents. Well, this isn't the dorms. This is probably the first game, because think about it. There's 456 of us. There's too many people. They're gonna have to cut it down. And we're going straight into the game. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down.
Straight into the game. Now, they did have the piece of paper they dropped off to us to tell us we were going to red light, green light. I don't know if you didn't read the piece of paper.
No, I did not read. I was like, I didn't see that. That's why I didn't know. I've always gone to the dorms.
Oh, nah, they told us the night before, player, we was going to red light, green light.
Not me, man. We're getting fed different information. I told you, they didn't care about me. They couldn't even find me. Apparently, they were looking for me. And lucky I just turned up in the morning. Oh, where is everybody?
They trying to sabotage you already, man. Dang, he's waking up though. He's figuring out what's going on. He has to keep his eyes extra peeled for the game. So yeah, we get there, and it's 10 to whenever gets ready to strap up. And when you first walk into the red light, green light arena, tell me what goes on through your head.
Wow, so already nervous, looking around, saying there's a lot of people here. Then the doors open. You're like, oh shoot, look at this. I was just in awe, just like looking around, thinking, wow. This set is nice, and it's about to happen now. So focus, all these months of waiting and thinking about it, visualizing, manifesting, it's about to go down. So focus and game head on.
Okay, he was ready. No games to be played except this one. And so you get in there, we do our little practice round, and then it's time for the real thing. So what's your strategy going into this?
Well, everyone around me is talking tactics, like the stances they're going to do, how they're going to move up, side shuffle, crab walk, run. I was like, man, I don't really know what to do. So my thought was to find like a steady base, which is like a slight bend in your knees, because we were told like we will have to hold a position for up to 10 minutes. That's what they told us before, right? And we're like, 10 minutes, that's a long time. But anyway, find the most stable position. So it starts, and I thought I'm gonna stand right back, because everyone was just crowding into the line, and I thought I'm not getting pushed by mistake and get popped for people just bumping into me. So I'm gonna stand right back. So I was literally right at the back. And it starts, and I get into my first pose, which is the slight bend in my knees. And boy, what a mistake that was! That was it. That first pose, I was done. I almost gave up. I was like, mentally, I was like, I'm done, because after about 2-3 minutes, my quads, they were shaking, my legs were shaking. I thought, what have I done? What a silly pose! And I'm looking around, thinking everyone's just standing up straight, and there's me with my slight bending my knees, thinking, yeah, this is stable, but not for 10 minutes. But anyway, I was like shaking, thinking, don't give up, thinking I can't go all this way to give up after about 5 minutes. But literally my legs were burning. I couldn't hold it, a slight bend. And then so I thought, I got to get out of this position quick. And I don't know how, because I was counting in my head the time. 10 minutes have passed and we're still not moving. So I thought, I'm about to go. So what I thought, I have to straighten up my legs, but do it in the smallest, like a millimeter a minute, so I don't get zapped.
Real slowly.
The time I was thinking, I was straightening, then finally I locked out my knees. I was like, yes! I just wanted to go, come on! But I couldn't. I swear about 20 minutes have passed. But I was this close to leaving. I was this close to being done because I could not hold that slight bend in my legs any longer. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, definitely. I mean, that was the plan. I had a couple instances where I had to do that myself. I was just like, look, we gonna move extra slow mo in this bit in this whole, you know. I mean, and if you did that super slow, you can't tell. Like the blind eye couldn't tell,
Yeah, yeah.
because I mean, as much
That's what
time
I
as
had
we
to
were
do.
standing there. But that's
I,
smart. That first time was real, and it's like, okay, this is not a game.
this is
So
not a game. So I thought straight away, the next stop, I am not bending, no knees, hands in pockets, stand up straight, which
yeah,
is
you got the
the next one. That's what I did. Just stood up straight.
okay. We got the game plan down now. Okay, so now that he got his new plan, then we're moving down slowly but surely, round by round, hour by hour, and you see the finish line in sight, and it's within your grasp. What's going on through your head?
But before then, I was looking at the time, and on the sides they had those houses, and there was like 4 houses before the line, the finish line, right? So I thought halfway, when it gets to 2 minutes 30, I've got to have passed the second house halfway, and 2 minutes 30 was on the clock, and I was only like a quarter of the way. I thought, I am screwed. It's over. I have to pick up the pace. So on the next one, I started sprinting. Before I wasn't sprinting, I was like jogging just in case that you could stop steadily without moving. But after that, I looked. I thought, I cannot take this. This is too long. I'm still so far behind. So I started sprinting, but because it was so cold, my foot and my toes were frozen. I could not bend them. So I was running with my foot just like ice blocks. I was sprinting everyone, and I caught up to Tayo and Eric, who were up front, and I could see them in front of me. So I sprinted the next 3 kind of turns. I made up so much ground, more than what I did in the last like 7 turns. So I had to, otherwise I would have been gone. And then come with the finish line in front. I think I had a minute and a half. This is when I finished. But the last stop, I thought I'll make a run for it. But then I was just short, so I thought, is there enough distance to make it through in one go, or do I stop and just bear another half an hour and just stand for another half an hour and then safety? So I thought I have to do it because I wasn't going to make it. So I just ran and stopped, and I was right in front of the line. I just stopped, and that was the last stop where I was actually I was like hallucinating. This is where I was almost done. I was trying to stand still, but I was swaying because my eyes were just like, I was in a daze. I just didn't know what to do. And I thought, this is it. If I had to stop one more, I think I would have just fainted. It was that bad. I mean, for me, it was I worked out it was about 7.5 hours, or like a minute to go, minute 20 to go. But then, yeah, I survived that somehow, crossed the line. And I was part of the pack of people that we had to celebrate and cheer in front of everyone. So the producer's like, I want you to all like hug each other and cheer. And I thought, man, I feel so bad, but because everyone else is still in the game, just staring at us, and we're like, yeah, come on, and hugging each other. Whilst everyone's just standing there, frozen and focused, thinking, you.
Yeah, I know, man. That's tough. I was in that group too. I was not part of the celebration crowd though. I was on the other side. So, yeah, it was tough. You get in there through, but you made it through. A little, not exactly as planned, but we working on the plan as we go, coach. So congratulations, player 83 is still in the money, and he makes it through the first game, partly unscathed, but a little bit mentally scarred. And so we move on to the next phase, and we soon enter the dorm. So when you first walk into the dorm, tell me what's going through your head.
Wow. Well, entering the dorms was like a surreal moment. You look around, you think, damn, look at all these bunk beds. It's just like the show. It's thinking, shit. So I was kind of overwhelmed. So many people as well. Everyone's like, people running in there, excited. There's people just like, everyone's just started talking, people claiming beds. I'm like, I don't know what to do at the moment. I'm just looking around like, damn, I don't know what to do here. So like I had just before we went in, obviously the people in the tent we were speaking to. So I spoke to AK 090, and he had a little secret alliance with me. He goes, because we're both from like London, he said, how about we like form like a little secret alliance? It's me and you you have my back, I have your back. I said, yeah, sure. You're the first person who's come up to me. Why not? You know, it's always good to have like a, you know, an ally in there. So I said, yeah. And then we was like choosing where to stay, putting our jumpers on the beds, our jackets on the beds to claim it. After that, I was just walking around thinking, oh, I'm a bit overwhelmed. So I'm just going to sit back, sit down, and just people watch for a bit, you know, just have a little scope around and see what people are doing. But yeah, it was a surreal moment, man. It's surreal.
Okay. So he has his little small alliance at this point, and he's scoping the crowd out, talking to some people when he can and whatnot. But
Yeah.
definitely got his eyes peeled now because he is, he saw what the torture was and he ain't trying to be caught by surprise again. So, but soon we all are caught by surprise and we see player 200 eliminated. So when he gets eliminated, tell me what goes on through your head.
Oh, that was a shock. I was like, wow, you could be eliminated just like that. So before then, I met up with Dr. V. He came up to me and said, hey, he formed like another little secret alliance. He's like the Asian crew. So he had like me,
I didn't know
Eric.
about this.
He came up to me, he gathered like all the Asian guys. He's like Eric, the poker player, 289, Thomas, 371. He's like, he gathered us around. He goes, hey, little huddle. He goes, let us Asians stick together. I was like, man, we're gonna look like, I don't want to be like targeted by anyone, but I was like, all right, another secret alliance. That's like another one, just in case. You know, can't hurt to have more people, on your side. So I said, yeah, cool, Asian crew, man, all the way. Yeah, and then this Motti, number 200, isn't it? Guy from Liverpool. He got eliminated for wow. And I remember seeing him. I didn't speak to him, but I remember seeing him like getting involved in organizing like games and talking with everyone. So I thought, man, don't know why he got voted out, but maybe it's because he's quite vocal, maybe like a full figure, someone who puts his, he's heard. So I thought, man, this is gonna. I'm naturally introverted anyway, so I wasn't gonna be like the loudest person in the room or go around speaking to everybody. But I thought, it made me think about the game plan of what kind of not to do in there. So I had to think about that strategy. Don't be too loud. Don't upset anyone. Lay low, but not too low where no one knows who you are. So that was my tactic after seeing that. I was like, wow, anyone could be eliminated just like that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy wake up call, and it's like, wow, I don't even have to do nothing, and then I can go home. So definitely a wake up call indeed. As the
I
wake
mean, I'm
up
thinking like, if you had to eliminate someone, it was so early, you barely know anybody, right? So who'd you vote for? Like, I was speaking amongst a group of us. I'm like, if you had to vote or pick someone now to eliminate, who would you pick? And unless someone who's really irritated you instantly in that first day, who'd you pick? You could pick anybody.
Yeah.
Someone who irritates you just by eye, or I don't know. So it's difficult. That's why I thought, don't upset anybody. Just smile, look pretty, just walk around. That's it, man.
Yeah, that's about it. Keep it moving. And so we'll see if that strategy helps you in this game, Coach. But we're going to move on to the second game, and we walk into the white room for the first time. So what do you think? And we see these 4 lines. What are you thinking when you get in this white room and see these 4 lines?
Well, before then, we were all kind of trying to guess what the games were, right? We're looking at the walls and the clues and all the pictures. So we're guessing it's going to be like Dalgona. But I mean, before going in, the producers told me we don't know what games will be played. It might not be the same games as the drama series. So not expecting the games. I didn't practice any games, right? So going in there, I thought looking at the pictures on the walls, we thought it'd probably be the same games, right? So walking into this white room and seeing these 4 lines, I thought, oh, it's going to be Dalgona. I've never practiced Dalgona because, you can practice it at home, but they may use different cookies, right? So it might not be the same. So there's no point practicing, to be honest. But anyway, I see the 4 lines, and then we're told to get into a line. And straight away, I thought it's like an Asian thing where number 4 is bad luck, right? Bad luck in Korea, bad luck in Chinese culture, Vietnamese culture. So I thought, no way am I going to number 4. So I just pick. And I thought, I'm not going number 1 because that's the first line. It could be a bit, spicy. So somewhere in between, in the middle, 2 or 3, but I land on 2. That's
Okay,
the line.
okay. And then what is your descent? Just so I know what's going on.
My family's from Vietnam, so
Oh, okay.
Vietnamese
So same
culture.
descent as mine. Okay, same.
Yes, my big sis, mine.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, so pick number 2 because I thought no way number 4. Stay away from number 1, just because it's the first line. You never know, and that's it.
Yeah,
Just stay in the middle,
smart
safety.
move. Yeah, no, smart move, smart move. I mean, look, I ain't have that culture on my side. In black culture, we just, just go on wherever. You
Just go
know,
wherever.
we don't really have these things telling us what's going on. So that's a little disadvantage at that point. But hey, it is what it is. And so yes, we get in the lines, and you find out that the players in the front have to pick the lines. And so first line goes up there, boom, they can't make a decision, they're out. Second line goes up there, boom, they can't make a decision, they're out.
That's you.
Third line, that is me, the fourth line, and we, they was trying to play a game with the brother, and I wasn't willing to go down like that. And yeah,
But even for your own, give yourself another chance to play, you wouldn't have picked Umbrella
look,
last minute.
hindsight 2020, sure, I would have picked Umbrella to give myself a chance, but I try and put myself back in the moment, and the situation was essentially, I've never tried Dalgona cookie in my hometown. I've never tried it. So you get all these people run up to you saying they've tried it. I'm like, it can't be that hard, is it? Because I'm thinking I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever. I'm like, it can't be that hard. No, it's impossible. I've tried it 100 times and I can never get it. It's so hard. We might as well go home if we pick that. And I was like, you guys got to be kidding me. And they're like, yeah, like it's so hard. And I was like, all right. Well, if there's 5 seconds left, I'm gonna run to it. And they're like, no, 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 no. Like it's super hard. Like somebody else will. You control the conversation. You can dominate everything. We trust you. Yada yada yada. And then when I go in there, everyone's chanting my name too. So those are my last thoughts going in there. So my brain was basically like, look, I can't go down like that. I can't let all these people down, even though it's my game too.
It's your game.
I have to bank on the fact, somebody else is gonna be the weak link and run to the umbrella. But I can't do that at this point because it wasn't a team game, but essentially I couldn't do that after I just looked all these people's in their eyes and faces and like saying, I got you. Yeah, I couldn't do it. So hindsight, and now I see how everything turned out. Sure, I would have went to the umbrella, but my mindset at the moment, that was not gonna happen. And I'm making a little funny video soon because everyone I talk to in the umbrella line says, oh, when I saw you up there, I knew we weren't going to get umbrella. So I appreciate them giving me that confidence and that, like Jack, how you guys felt about Brighton. You're like, oh, there's no way he's not. Well, I ain't gonna say no way, but you had confidence in him that he was going to get the job done. And that people in my line had that confidence about me. So that's just kind of how I roll. I'm a man of the people, and I just couldn't do it in that moment. Like I said, hindsight 2020, sure, I would have went there. But in the moment, that just was not going to happen.
Just watching your one, I think, because our first person when you went was Laverne, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys, I think it was, I don't know who it was, it's Hikmat, or he mentioned about doing the race. I thought, oh no, how can you do a race with Laverne? I think we're going to lose.
I know y'all was hot when y'all saw that race.
No, you can't do no race. Come on, don't be silly. Man.
She agreed to it.
Huh?
She agreed to it.
I don't think she did. You guys just went back and started touching the wall, started running. Man. I swear.
She agreed to it. She agreed to it.
Crazy.
I had her on the podcast. I had her on the podcast already.
She ran straight to second shape anyway. She didn't even though you was already on it.
It didn't make any sense.
But I was like, go Laverne, don't give in.
Well,
but also, I mean, that line, the build up before choosing the lines, so many friends I've made in that short time. I mean, like I said, Vietnamese Thomas, good friend of mine, Dutch Dylan 165, but he was in my line. I had Emma, 21. I became really good friends with her, and she was in line 4. I was like, no. Thomas was in line 4. Umbrella, I was like, no, what are you guys doing? And then had Brittany 397. She was in my line, but she kept looking over at line 4. I was like, there's some big players in line 4, like Teo, and she goes, I have a feeling about line 4. I'm like, don't look at the players, just what your gut tells you. Forget who's in the line, it can't be rigged or anything like that. So just pick a line and stick with it. She goes, I don't feel it. I feel line 4 because I see who's there. I said, End of the day, you got to do no regrets. So if you're feeling line 4, go to line 4. She went to line 4. Then we found out when you guys get umbrella, it's like, oh, I looked over and I was just like so sad because I see all my favorite people at the time in line 4. I was like, no, Emma, Brittany, Thomas. Like, no.
Yeah.
Even my boy Zach. I mean, he slept on the bed behind me, and we had a little chat before, and then I just see him in line 4. I was like, no, everyone's in line 4. This is not good.
It was tough for line 4 umbrella people, man. Wow, shout out to all those people and fallen soldiers. Rest in peace. But yeah, so eventually you find out that your line, it goes in the order: circle, triangle, star, umbrella. You get triangle, and you're headed on in there. So tell me, when you get in there, how is it? How are you feeling about the triangle, and then what's your process getting through it?
Oh, so I'm thinking before going into every game, I kind of like self-meditate a bit in my mind. Like, I'm gonna do this, positive thinking, be confident, and think about how you're gonna tackle it, and think about the end result. And the end result is always me getting through to the end. So I was just visualizing that in my head over and over and over again, kind of like pep talk for myself. Like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. Stay calm. Visualize you cutting that triangle with the needle. Just visualize, and everything will be okay. So we get our shape and set up my base, have a look, and then that's when the nerves kick in because it's about to go down. Then you see the 10 minutes on the clock, and then it starts ticking. So I'm like, okay, here we go. I start etching with the needle dry first to test out the cookie, see how brittle it is. Nothing. So I was etching it, nothing. I look up, 2 minutes are gone already. Where did this 2 minutes go? And I thought, there's not been one indent that I've made. No damage to this cookie. I thought, shit, what do I do? Look up, another 30 seconds have gone. I thought, fuck, what am I going to do? So I pick up and then I look at everyone. Everyone's licking away like, licking action. I thought, that's it. That's the only way. I've got to start licking. But I see people spitting on the cookie, right? But I was just worried that if you spit on the cookie, it might dissolve the cookie itself. So I didn't want to do that. So I picked up and looked underneath. I started licking underneath at the thin point, and that was my tactic. But I was panicking though, seriously, because nothing was happening. 5 minutes gone and no damage to my cookie. It was just like it's a brand new cookie.
This man was going through it. Jesus, wow.
Scary, man. I was
slowly breaking it. He was, your heart was beating
hard, man. I didn't know what to do. I was looking around for inspiration. I was like, help, looking around for help. I see AK, he's a surgeon, right? He's just like focused, like, laser focused. And I thought, man. And then obviously we had, I think it was Tim in mine, and he finished his in about 1 minute 30 or 2 minutes, whatever, so quick. I thought, how does he do this? And like, they had like 4 minutes left on the clock and nothing on mine. Not even a dent. I thought, this could be it. I don't even know what to do now. So I'm just licking away. And then I'm applying light pressure, and then suddenly, breakthrough. A crack, one end to the other along the triangle line. I thought, oh, damn. How did that happen? It just snapped. So I thought, okay, let's just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm looking at the clock. There's like 3 minutes to go. Keep doing what you're doing, but on the other line. So I was just stroking it, light pressure. And then crack. Another second crack. It's a dead straight line cut across the other edge. I thought, take a breath, because you're almost doing it. But at this point, I had the cameraman in my face, right? And we had this problem where, where no chapstick, right? No Vaseline. So my lips were sore. I had like a proper red ring around my lips. It was so red. And the cameraman was just on my face. So instead of focusing, I could subconsciously think, man, how am I going to look on camera with this chapped red sore lips whilst I'm trying to focus? But then I thought, okay, forget that. Just have the red lips as long as you get through. So I just carried on. Lo and behold, the last crack, snap, perfect triangle. Put my hand up. They looked at it. They said, "Yep." God, that's it. I just turned around and thinking, please, friends, make it through, because I had a couple of friends in there, and Genie was in there, and Genie was originally in line 4, I think, because his whole squad was in line 4. Like, he came over to our line, but he was really quiet. He didn't speak, so I thought it's because his friends were there, but I find out that he had a mouthful of water, so and he spat it all into his cookie. But I was looking back and thinking, come on, guys, you got this. And then that's it, left the arena.
Hey, he got it done. Player 83 is moving on to the next game. Even though, he was nervous at the beginning, just like the other game, he completed the task. So it seems like a reoccurring theme going on with your journey, but you made it through nonetheless. And we get back into the dorms, and soon we see this telephone. Are you thinking about grabbing this telephone?
Hell no. I said don't volunteer for anything. Just let everyone who wants, who wants the camera time, because there were people in there, all different. With people like me who's chilled, but there's people who wanted to make a show, wanted to get involved in everything. So I thought let them go, let them do all the things, and then we just sit back. We don't need to be this guy. We don't need to be the hero. Just sit back and let everyone else do it. So no way was I picking up the phone. Just watch.
Man,
Just
so
watch.
He gonna watch the madness go down. If he
Yeah,
had some
man.
popcorn, he'd be munching on it. And soon we find out that 198 picks it up twice essentially and sent out the door like Amazon Prime package. And we move past that. Now, before we get to the next game, we get a little montage of you and the bros.
The bros.
Doing y'all push-ups. So can you tell me about like the bro, or if I know your name wasn't the bros, but what was
We're the bros.
your
and I'm
guys'
running with
dynamic? Oh, you're running with okay. Well, what was the bros?
I'm running with the
dynamic?
bros, even though it wasn't an alliance. But hey, that's what people see, and so that will be my alliance. Yeah, all it was this was early on. We just thought, guys, we're bored, and we need to work out just to stay, just keep our muscles just keep them active and engaged. So we made a little corner. We said, all right, anyone who wants to work out, go to this corner. So let's go work out now. Who wants to do push-ups? Yeah, let's go. So it was Brighton, Tayo, Alex, and we just went down there and just started doing push-ups. And I think it was right by Leanne's bed. So Leanne and Trey were like talking. And that's when they must have been talking about the bros. But yeah, that's all it was. We were just exercising, doing dips, press-ups, dips, pull-ups. And then I think Justin joined. And that's why I said, yeah, we're the bros, because it was like Brighton, Tayo, Alex, Justin, and me. So we're like the bros, even though after that session, I don't think we were ever together in one group ever again.
Yeah.
But hey,
Y'all.
we're the bros, man. I'm running with it. You can't take the bros away from me.
I'm like, you probably seen that edit, and you were like, what? What are they talking about?
Hey, and it was Leanne that said it, and me and Leanne we're friends. So she goes, she's gonna eliminate the bros. I thought, Leanne's gonna eliminate me. But no, I think she's just talking about someone from the bros.
Yeah, one person in particular, most likely. But we move. We move, and then soon it is time to go to the third game. And we walk into the white room again, and we see these 8 lines. Now, what's going on through your head?
Oh man, before we get into these rooms, there's obviously, now we've done red light, green light, Dalgona, so it has to be tug of war. So everyone's like panicking and forming groups and who they're gonna be with. And it caused a lot of panic in the dorms. There were people really upset, crying because they're getting overlooked. All the big guys are together, and all the big guys are like trying to recruit other big guys or stronger guys, right? Obviously, me, I'm not one of the big guys. I'm only like 5'9" and 9.5, 9.75. So yeah, one of the smaller guys, but I'm confident in my strength, but obviously weight comes down to it. So everyone's forming groups. I thought, I'm not getting involved. I'm just gonna chill, and whatever will be.
Okay.
Yeah. So we go into the rooms and we see 8 lines. I thought, yeah, tug of war. Form your group, and you see everyone just like huddling up, together, fighting to get in one line. I just stood there. I thought, I don't want to be part of this kind of like, I know it's a game and you should help yourself, but everyone seemed a bit desperate in a way to, just to join up with the strongest. So I thought, I'm just going to stand here and whatever be will be. And then I see B and Amanda in front of me. Said the same thing. They said, we're just going to stand here. Whoever joins us, joins us. And I said, hey, I'll join you. I'll just stand here. Even though my guys like AK and that, they were all forming their groups. But in the line they were in, everyone was like swarming into that line. I think that line had like Figgy, it was overcrowded. That's the line that they had too many people, so they kicked someone off. I thought I'm not getting involved. I'm just gonna stand here. I'm in the line with B and Amanda now. I thought whoever falls in behind will be our team, and that's the mentality I had for that game. So people started slowly joining, and that became our team. I didn't really think about where's the strongest guys or things like that. Just what will be will be.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Where will be, and we on B's team,
he's
and we soon walk into the arena, and we find out it is not tug of war, it is battleships. So or warships. When you find out it is warships and you see the setup, what's going on through your head?
It was the biggest shock. It's because we were in that white room for so many hours, right? So we were in our little team practicing tug of war techniques. On three, we pull, have the anchor at the back, who's going to be on either side. We're talking so much tactics, right? Going through every kind of, and we had Keys on the team he's like a PE teacher and he's done tug of war many times. So he's teaching us how to do it. And we like, okay, you teach us. And we were practicing. That's why when we went out there and the doors open and we see all these ships, we thought, what the F is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, they really played us. And then that's when I think we had Jacobin on the team. He's I've never played warships or battleships before. So I had to go through the rules, like literally as we were waiting to play, telling him how to play and what you have to do and things like that. But we had as you saw in the show, we had a top captain who took us home.
Yeah, no, y'all had a great woman for the job. She came in there and said, I'm gonna take care of it, and Amanda steps up as well. And she takes out a ship, but then they get one of y'all's, and then you guys finish go through your guys' game pretty quick, and then I know it was closer than what they showed. But
so much closer. I mean, it looked like kind of like a one-sided. She just took out the whole team on the show, but in reality, it was basically they were like 1 or 2 hits away from sinking our second ship. So it was close, but it's because we found their ship first. So there was no way that they could have beat us. But it got down to like one. I got hit in my ship. I was in a 5 boat. I got hit, and we had like 1 or 2 left. But because we already sunk their ship, we hit their ship first, so we had the advantage. So we was always going to win, but it was a lot closer than how it showed on the show. Yeah. And B, she pitched herself to be captain, and her pitch was so good. No one argued. We said, B, you take over, and that was one of those games where it was out of my hands. B just told me everything. She told everyone what ship to go in, where to put the ships, and I just literally listened to her instructions, stood in the boat, and just okay, what will be will be. I didn't have any input because she would ask us for our input, but she had her suggestion first. I think this. What do you guys think? And we're like, hey, if you think that, then do it. You're the pro, so you do it.
Yeah, she definitely stepped up to the plate and hit a solid home run, and y'all scored 4 runs and took care of the game. And we move on. So player 83 is moving on to the next game. Congratulations, he's still in the money, still in the game. And we get back to the dorm, and the person above tells us there will be 2 tests before the next game. And so first they bring out this little Pac-Man looking machine where there's buttons on it. They said everybody get in the line and you got to vote out 3 players. So when you see this and you hear the rules, what are you thinking?
Oh, that vote. I was thinking, right, so we all have to vote for one person, right? And 3 people will leave. So I had to think, like, who? This goes back to the what I said earlier, like, who do you vote for? Unless there's someone who you really dislike, you're going to be you vote for them to go home. So I'm thinking, I don't dislike anyone. Oh, and just on that warships, I was playing against. We had Keys on our team who was screaming like, "Yeah, you're going down!" But I was playing against a few friends in that team. We had like Hannah 34, the Elliot was on there. Friends. So I didn't really want to celebrate or anything like that. So it was kind of like and we lost our team won, but we lost 2 people in that one. We lost Tom and Jessica. So that was quite sad. But yeah, going back in now, then you think, who do I vote for? Who do I dislike? I don't dislike anyone. But I had to just think who kind of annoyed me, right? And the name that popped in my head was Andy 374. Only because during Dalgona, he was asking a lot of questions before, but it was like, I don't know, silly questions, but you know, it kind of irritated a few people. And then in the warships in the White Room, he kept wandering around while everyone was in their groups practicing. He kept wandering around like, what are you guys doing? And peeking in and trying to listen in. We're like, go away. So that's the only thing that annoyed me. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll vote for him. But then I asked everyone was kind of voting for him anyway. So I thought, okay, he's kind of a done deal. He's going home. And then this is where panic was setting in, and we had Dash running around like, oh, who are you going to vote for? Who are you going to vote for? People are going to vote for me. So can you vote for these people? And I think, I'm not going to vote for people you're telling me to vote for unless I have a problem with them. So, you know, I had my mindset, no, you're not going to sway me. I'm just going to vote for who I'm going to vote for.
Okay.
And then
it's smart.
Yeah. And then as it went on, before it came to me, Dr. V's face popped up on the thing, on the screen. And remember I was telling you back to our secret Asian alliance, he looked straight over to me and I could feel his eyes looking at me. So I looked in his direction and he looked at me and nodded like, have you got me? And I'm like, I got you. So I thought, I have to change my vote now. I thought 374 was up there already, so loads of people have been voting for him. I thought I've got to vote for someone else who's up there to try and save Dr. V. And the people up there it was Cheney 179, it was Lorenzo 161, and 374. So I thought I'll just vote for 179 Cheney. No hate towards you, Cheney, but I was just trying to save Dr. V, and he gave me that look with his glasses. He was looking at me, staring at me with his laser eyes like, have you got me? I was like, I've got you, my Asian brother. I've got you. I had to take my vote.
Oh man, the pressure was on.
Yeah, I had to.
You
Otherwise,
had to.
he would have killed me.
Yeah, no, definitely. And well, unfortunately, your tithings and your attempts were in vain because yes, 330 Dr. V, once 374 Andy, and 161 Lorenzo are voted off the island and sent packing.
Voted off the island.
And soon it is time for the next test, and we see 6 boxes pop up on the screen, or 6 boxes pop up on the screen. 6 boxes pop up on the stage, and they ask for 5 volunteers. Do you think about volunteering?
Well, as they were wheeling it out, I was at the front. I think me and Puna was at the front, and then the guards came out and he wheeled the table with the boxes on straight away. I think you see it in the show quickly. I'm running back. Me and Puna pulling each other back. So get away from the front. We're not getting involved at all. You know, just let whoever wants to go because we're not getting involved. We've learned our lesson. You know, never get involved. Decision. You just don't know. Don't risk it. Just do not risk. You might get a treat, but you may not. So just don't risk it unless you're dying for the screen time or you're that bored. You know, you want to get up there. No, don't risk it. And then I see the box. I thought, no way. I'm just gonna stand here, quiet. And that's when the people started going up, right?
Yeah.
And I had this moment where Jesse, he was up there. Right, and he was looking around at numbers, and he said he's gonna vote for this person because he has not spoken to this person. And I thought, oh shit, that could be me because I had not spoken to Jesse once up to that point. And he started walking around to look at numbers, right, after he said this. And I was standing next to my warships buddy, Phil 442. I was standing with my arms folded like this, right, trying to hide my face. And my number, and I slowly started creeping behind him to hide my number from Jesse's view because he's looking around. I'm thinking, don't look at me. I haven't told you. Don't look at me. So I was hiding like a little pussy. I was just hiding. Don't look. Don't make eye contact. And he's looking around, and then he's like, this person I've not spoken to, and then he chose, I believe it's Amber. And
Yeah,
he
I'm
just
26.
yeah. And I thought, oh, that could have been me. I have not spoken to him. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
panicked.
close call, man. You made a smart move on that, getting behind somebody and taking your patches off maybe on your numbers and throwing your shirt in the laundry bin. He's like, look,
Man,
I
I was,
don't know.
I was straight up standing. I moved from standing next to Phil to standing right behind him. I was hiding.
Hey, look now. I don't
Not
blame
me.
you on that one, coach. Well, you made a good decision because you survived the vote. None of the players up there end up pretty much looking your way too much or voting you out. So
Yeah, I mean, the rest of them I knew wouldn't vote me because there's nothing. But
yeah, they
yeah,
didn't. They had no
man,
reason to vote you
no.
out.
The
Um,
Jacobin one was crazy though because he got the advantage and he came back and he was really happy and he stood right next to me. And then Felicia, she started talking about getting rid of someone who has an advantage. And I looked straight over at Jacobin because I thought he's got an advantage. But he was clueless. He was thinking, oh, who's she going to vote? Who's got the advantage? I thought, man, you got the advantage, you fool. But he had no idea. So he's like, man, this is getting exciting. Who's she going to vote? And then she picked him. I thought, and he was shocked. I thought, but because you are the one with the advantage. And she was saying it the whole time, and you were looking around thinking, oh, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? That's why he was
mhm.
so shocked. Oh, that was
Yeah,
mad.
no.
He
It
went from
was
the
it was
highest high to the low in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's a tough way to go out and a tough pill to swallow. He gonna need some extra water for that pill. Oh, man, but we gonna get out of there, and we make it through. And so soon we find out. Well, the guards bring out these picnic blankets and baskets because they said you guys earned a treat because the people completed this chore. And so when you see them bring out these picnic blankets and baskets, what's kind of going through your head?
Oh, well, before then, there's quite a lot of emotions after the vote, right? And it was funny because after Jesse said, I'm voting this person because I never spoke to him before, you should see the next day, everyone started introducing themselves to each other that they haven't spoken to. And it was like, oh my God, this is so obvious. Like, you're only talking to me now because you're scared, like, if another vote comes up, I might vote you. But then I thought, everyone's talking. Hi, I'm so and so. What's your name? I'm like, you're only talking to me now. We've been in here for like 10, 11 days, and you only want to talk to me now. But yeah, we did that anyway. I met the rest of the people I'd spoken to. So one of those people was like a lovely guy, but I was shit scared of him. It was Dan, the
204.
leader of the
Yeah,
gang.
204.
Yeah, every time I saw him, he's mean face, he's doing pull-ups on the bed like he's in prison. I thought, man, this guy is scary. I ain't spoken to him, so then we spoke. So things like that, you introduce yourself to people. But then this picnic came about, and I was standing with my warships team, and we were saying this could be a trap, kind of sense that say don't pair up. None of us pair up with each other. This could be a trap. So just keep your wits about you and just stand here and let people come to us and pick us as a partner. So that in that way we're not picking each other. I said, okay, fair enough. So I just stood there. People were pairing up. I looked around. I looked at my guys like Genu and AK. I looked at them and they split up. So I thought, yep, they sense something's going on as well. And then I just stood there. And next thing you know, I hear Chris. I'm like, better not be calling me. Chris. Oh shit, someone's calling me. Chris. So I look and it's Marina. And she's like, come. And I know Marina was part of like a group, an alliance, but not really. That's my view. She was like the outsider of that alliance, like this corner alliance with like Mikey and other people. Dylan and that. So she was part of them, but not part of them, if you know what I mean. So she called me over and I looked and I saw her by herself. And I thought it's because her alliance have all left her because she's probably the outsider. And I just looked at her and I thought she was like my go-to girl. She was always just available. We didn't hang out together like this, but whenever I see her on the bed, I'll just jump on the bed and we just jam and talk for like 10-15 minutes. And she's always my go-to girl whenever I'm walking around and I need a bit of decompression. I just go and sit and chill with her. So she's always my go-to girl. And I saw her calling me and I thought, oh no, Marina. And I looked at her and I thought, I can't say no. So she's like, come. I thought, I can't say no. So I just slowly walked over to her. I'm thinking, what are you calling me for? You know, there's other people. I knew she didn't have a partner. So I thought, all right, you know what? F it. Let's just be partners. Because you never know. It could be something good anyway. We just suspecting the worst. It could be a good thing. Lo and behold, we get a snack and it's marbles. I thought, I knew it. You stupid Marina. I love you, but stupid.
He knew what was going on and he knew what time it was, man. And so yes, it is marbles that is at the bottom of the picnic basket. And so you guys, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what y'all got to get your game faces on. And so we soon get to the marble arena. And tell me about like your guys' game specifically, because they didn't show it really, and then kind of how everything goes about.
Well, we're in the waiting room, the white room again. And before we played, we must have been we were like one of the last people to play. So I was in it for like 8 to 10 hours before we got to play. So in the meantime, we were like discussing. We weren't really allowed to talk to our partners. They tried to split us up one side of the room to the other, so we don't talk and discuss games. But we kind of like we mingled and we spoke a bit, and we said, let's just do a skill game, throwing or whatever. Don't do no chance games or rock paper scissors or guess how many marbles in my hand. Forget that. Just go purely on skill. And I was happy with that. I thought, I'm confident in myself. Games is my specialty, so skill game that's me all over. And then I was sitting there practicing, and I look over and I see Marina on the other side, and she's got this technique. She's like, pew! This proper basketball technique when she's throwing. I thought, damn, she looks better than I thought she would be, right? Find out that she's a proper baller. Basketball is one of her sports. So then we decided to play like we drew like targets on the floor. So like a bullseye, 3 points, another ring, 2 points, and a bigger ring, 1 point. And then just before going in, Junu, number 30, he goes up to me, he goes, Chris, man, I really want you back in the dorm. So I think you should change your game because Marina, she's good. She's a baller. I thought, man, I'm confident. You know what? My ego kicked in. I said, you know what? If I'm gonna win this thing, I've got to beat the best along the way. Either it's in the end or in the middle, wherever. So bring it on. I'm confident in my own throwing ability. Yeah, she may be good, but I'm better. So, that I didn't change my mind. I said, we're going to do a throwing game. That's it. And then Maya was also one of my go-to girls. She's like my big sis, I call her in there. And she was up against Jada. And I said to Maya, just before I went in, I said, promise me you're coming back to the dorm. And I promise we both are coming back into the dorm. So we go out to play. And yeah, I must have, man, this is what I had to tell you. Into every game, I had this confident feeling, like I said earlier. I manifest the victory. On this day, I don't know what it was, but I didn't have the same feeling. It was like I'm ready to go home feeling, that kind of feeling. And I kept smacking my head to get that kind of thought out of my head. I said, what am I doing? I was visioning how I'm going to die in this game. I thought, why am I doing this? I kept slapping my head like, stop. Think of how you were doing in the other games, positive, winning, visualize the win. But I kept thinking I'm going to lose this. And if I lose, how am I going to lose to make it my exit look good? So I thought, why am I thinking these negative thoughts? But anyway, go into the game, and then we have to tell each other our stories and why we're here and what the money means to us. And man, some trigger, because I try to block out my kids at home. Don't think about them at all, because once you do that, you lose the focus you have, because then you start thinking about them. You wanted to leave and go home. So I did not think about them once. Well, I did think about them, but to a minimal, right? And then in there, we had to tell each other our stories. So I start telling her about my kids and wanting them to be proud of me and things like that. I just started crying my eyes out. I can't control this. It's like a trigger. I just was bawling my eyes out. I couldn't control it. And then it was her turn to tell her story. Oh my God. Her story just put me, I started crying again. I thought, what is going on? Control yourself, because you're about to play now, right? We're about to play. And I'm like, wife, and this is like, okay, let's play. Anyway, we play and we do some practice shots and I'm hitting bullseye. And then she's just missing. I thought, okay, I got this. And we start playing, you know, it's close at the beginning. And then I start freezing. My hands start freezing up. I whiff a shot. It doesn't even hit the board. I thought, come on, Chris, man, come on. And then she hits a ball. I thought, shit. Then I throw another shot, whiffs again. I was like, what the? I start slapping my like, what is wrong? Come on, Chris. And then she was like, oh man. And that was it. The rest was history. Pressure got to me. I don't know. It was the emotions or what, the pressure. I lost it, man. We went to count the points up. I already knew, you know, what was up. We lost. So we had like 2 minutes left. I said, let's just sit here and you tell me what you're going to do with the money when you win. Marina, you know, tell me everything you're going to do because I believe you're going to win. Sat there, just spoke for the last 2 minutes. And then that was it. Sit down. And what I was imagining earlier, how I'm going to die, played out exactly how it was a few hours later. I sat there, looked up in the sky, and pop, dead. That was me.
Dang. That's crazy, man. That's an insane kind of like, you know, it's a tough way to go out. You know, you kind of had this vision happening, this foresight, and it happened. And I don't know if it's like a kind of external out of body thing where you just couldn't control it. But, you know, sometimes they're subliminal messages. It's kind of like you're having deja vu a little bit, but beforehand, you know? So,
yeah, I just had this feeling. I don't know what it was, but it was not the same feeling I had going into every other game before. I was super confident before. This one, I was a bit, just not 100%. And just that little bit off is what determined my fate. So,
yeah.
Man,
Well,
it was tough.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. Well, so you get eliminated there, and then eventually you head back home, not a long distance traveled. So tell me, when you get back home, how are you feeling?
Well, after the game, they just whisk you straight into a taxi, straight to the hotel. So I haven't even processed like my emotions. I was still like in shock. I was so many emotions. I was sad, shock, happy because I get to go. It's just a mixture. So I was just trying to control. And, you know, we're back at the hotel. We have to speak to the doctors straight away. There's ask, you know, the psych team, how you're feeling, things like that. I'm like, I don't know how I'm feeling because, you know, I haven't even processed it yet. But this was a story for you. So I'm at the hotel with all the other players that got eliminated. So I was sitting with Leanne. And so only Leanne can confirm this, but we had to wait to get our phones. We couldn't have them straight away. But when we finally got our phones, I thought, okay, let me message my kids. So I just messaged my eldest daughter. Her name is Kyla, right? So I messaged just, hi, Kyla, and left it there. Oh, I said, hi, Kyla, and a sad face, and I left it there. And then she replied, oh, hi, Dad, what happened? And then her message was, I had a dream that you finished 63rd, right? And the thing about that is, going into marbles, the number of players left on the screen said 63, right? So we was the top 63 players. And for her to message me that message, and I thought, what? So I threw the phone down on the table, and Leanne said, what's wrong? And I said, read this message, right? And I showed her the message, and she read it. She picked up the phone, looked at it, then she put the phone down, looked at me, and we just looked at each other for about a good 5-10 seconds. I'm like, how? And she said, how? I said, she just, then I asked her, I said, what do you mean? How did you get this thought? And she said, I just had a vision. I was in the car. You was outside of the car, approaching me, holding up a piece of paper to the window saying 63. And I just thought, whoa. So I just sat back and thought, this is freaking me out, because I finished within top 63. So how did she get? So then I said, so basically I'm out because you dreamt and wished me to die. That's why I'm out. So it's your fault, all right? I said, this is your fault. I'm out. that we're not coming home. I'm not coming home with a 4.56 million because you had a dream, a premonition of me finishing 63rd. Damn you.
That's
Crazy.
some Black Mirror stuff right there, man.
I kind of believe in these things, but it's never really happened. When it's like this, it's like scared the shit out of me. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I'm just like, look, when I get home, I'm like, look, you don't have to. I'm gonna have to put you in your own room and lock the door for a night or two to see what's going on with you, because I ain't trying to, have you wake up and you got captured by a spirit and we out here running for our lives.
Bro, I asked her. I said, "When did you have this dream?" And she said, I was trying to see where it was in the timeline of when I started to feel this feeling of, I'm not confident now. So I'm thinking, is it the same time that you had this thought that some magically voodoo that I get this feeling? So I'm just trying to put two and two together, but I don't know. These things are just crazy, scary.
Yeah. That's insane. I'm shook right now. So,
well, imagine how I felt at the time. I was like, no.
Yeah, I mean, good Lord, that's some crazy stuff right there. I mean, look, I can't look. I don't even know, but yeah, that's wild. So when you eliminate and whatnot, and so how are you when you finally do get back home? Tell me kind of like what the vibe is.
Oh well, my plan was because everyone in there was talking about food. The first 3-4 days, all people could talk about was what they're gonna eat, the first thing they're gonna eat when they get out. And I'm like, I'm gonna just eat the greasiest, dirtiest meal I can. But then I already ate in the hotel, so now I've lost that craving because they gave us like a food voucher that we could buy at the bar. So I bought the burger or the pizza. I can't remember what I got. I think I got both. I just paid for it. So I lost that craving, but it took me close to a week to adjust back to reality. Everyone was asking me, I was getting overwhelmed with questions like, what was it like? Obviously only the people that knew, close family, but they were all asking me, what was it like, and tell them about it. So I told them about it, but they don't understand, because they're not in there. They're just like, oh, okay. Oh, you should have done this. You should have done that. I said, I just didn't even want to speak to them after that. I said, you know what, it's fine. Let me deal with this myself because I can see that you don't understand. I'm not being rude, but
no, you're speaking facts. They don't understand.
Yeah, they just didn't understand, and to them it's just like, oh, okay. Oh, you should have done this. You should have done that. It's not. It was so much more. We was in there. We were so immersed in the game that, and a day in there is like a month or what out here. So it's just crazy. The amount of time you spend with people. I only spent like up to 12 days with people, but they're like my closest people I know now. So even people I didn't spend as much time in there, now I meet them out here. They become like my closest friends because we shared this experience together, and it's like once in a lifetime kind of thing that you don't go through this often. And even my friends out here, my normal friends, I've not been through anything like that with them, so I'm closer to the squids than a lot of my real friends out here. So yeah, it was an adjustment period. I even set that squid music, the symphony alarm as my own alarm, just to bring me back to memory. There's no PTSD for me. I wanted to be back in the dorm. That's how badly I missed it. But
yeah,
it was tough, but pleasure at the same time.
Yeah, no, it was a tough game, but it was nice actually being in there, being away from the phone, being away from technology, kind of like having freedom.
The best thing was no phones, because normally if I leave my phone at home when I go to work, I'm like constantly feeling my pockets saying, I left my phone at home. In there, I did not reach for the phone once, and it was all about talking with people. Obviously, you need to decompress a bit. Too much social, you need to just rest. But I found it so like liberating to not have this phone and always constantly just staring at your phone, and you just talk to people. Yeah. And I thought when I go out, when I come back into the real world, say I'm at a bus stop or whatever, I find myself just speaking to strangers. Like they're gonna think, this weirdo, man, what's he talking to me for? They're going to want to keep themselves to themselves or put their head in their phone, and there's me just like wanting to talk to everyone. So but yeah, that feeling was great, not having the phone and just actually communicating with people and finding out about them and things like that. That was one of the best experiences.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. I definitely can co-sign with you on that, man. Well, yeah, you had a crazy time in there, man. You did everything that you could, and your daughter had other plans, but
She's a hater, man. She's a hater. She wanted me to lose. That's what it was.
yeah, she was jealous she didn't get picked on the show. But hey, maybe she can get on season 2, and then
Hey, she
see how
said that.
she
But she has to
fares.
wait another couple years, though. 21 is the minimum
Okay,
age. She has to wait another
okay,
2 years.
okay. We'll see. We'll see. Well, yeah, cool. I appreciate you spending time with me today, man. Is there anything that you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
No, just live life happy, man. I was not gonna apply for this. I thought my time was done, but it is one of the best decisions I've made to apply for the show. So if there's anything that you're doubting in life, that you think, nah, that's not me, go for it, because you won't. You need to do these things. You need to put yourself into these uncomfortable situations, and then you can learn a lot about yourself by doing so. So I recommend everyone to try things that they wouldn't normally want to try, and then you never know, you become a different person after.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
Well said. I like that. I love that. Go for the things that y'all nervous about, man. Put yourself in the
Yeah,
uncomfortable zone because that's the only way you gonna end up growing.
that's
It's
right.
never too late. Well, Christian, I do appreciate you highly for coming and joining me today at the Squid Game Aftermath podcast. Y'all, man, where can these people find you on social media, man?
Oh God. I'm Chris, Christian Dinh and underscore. Find me on Instagram, TikTok, and all that. I'm on X as well if you want. But yeah, I'm not really a big social media person, but if you're on there, say hello, follow. I'm gonna try grind out some social media stuff, some content creation, just whilst I'm bored.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Follow this man.
I'm not really like a big person on it. But yeah, if you want follow me, please
Yeah,
plug in
follow
my.
this man. Send him some cash apps and Venmos too while you're at
Yeah, please. I'm broke, man. I need the money. I need the money.
it. Well, the people y'all heard what he needs. Send him that dough, at least a little something. Send him some marbles if you have some extra at your house, so you can practice a little bit. Well,
But
cool,
could I
Christian.
just shout out a few people, my friend? Because
Yeah.
love to them. Demi, Trudy, Kat, Elliot, Lindsay, Joe, Sam, AK Ginu, Emma, Brittany, Radhika, Rashad. I don't know. The list goes on. Love to you all. You know who you are. The people I meet up with, the people I speak to. Phil 442, my guy. Yeah, that's it, man. Appreciate
Cool.
you for having me on. All the
Yeah, man.
squids know who I love. Maya, of course, well done. She's my big sister, so I'll be catching up with her soon.
Yeah, definitely.
I won't ask her
Definitely.
for a loan, but see how it goes.
I mean, she ain't gonna ask, but Maya, come on now.
I said I'll take her to dinner. I have to treat her to dinner, even though she's the rich one.
I know, right? Same. All right, man. I appreciate you joining me again.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings, and have a
Peace,
wonderful
man.
rest
Take
of
care.
your day.